Hey you guys, I'm back for an update, and my husband is working and I'm his chauffeur today, so that's why I keep doing videos in his car. So let's get to the nitty gritty, and I'm sorry it takes so long. I just feel like I need to have information to give you before I actually do a video, so I don't have these dumb videos floating around wasting your time. Anyway, so insurance update. So I don't recall what I told you guys last, but we've been back and forth. My doctor's office has been back and forth with Cigna Insurance. They would tell us on the phone, yes, fertility is covered in the IVF. When we called them in November prior to choosing the plan for 2016, we specifically asked, does this plan cover infertility and does it cover IVF? They said, yes, it does cover it. I mean, it was very clear. My husband's company is a worldwide company. It's a huge company. So I didn't think that there would ever be an issue. I mean, they covered my VSG and the leak and everything that I had with that. It was an amazing company. So we believe them. Everything's fine. Every time we call, they say, yes, it's covered. When the doctor's office calls, they say, no, it's not. And the doctor's office is able to give the codes that they bill, and those codes are not covered. We did more research through Cigna and our benefits plan, and it says, yes, infertility is covered, but it gets tricky because diagnosis of infertility, lab work, the ultrasounds, all that stuff, it's fine. Then it clearly says excludes, and then it goes into like the gift program, or ART. Those are the codes in reference to IVF, and it says it excludes those items. I know how it works when companies go into healthcare, and they sit down at the table and they bid, and I know that process. So I'm just, what we have to do is we have to get the diagnosis of infertility first. So that moves to the next subject. My husband went in, Scott, and got his semen analysis done a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And it's great news in my mind, but it's not good news with the reversal vasectomy as far as like the pace. He's 10 months post-op his reverse vasectomy, and the semen analysis came back where they said there's barely sperm. Like this whole time, there's been no sperm. Now they're saying it's not even worth saying that there's sperm and they're dead. And so I'm like, oh, great. My husband was like, okay, is this good, bad, or indifferent? And they're like not excited about it because the next semen analysis might come back and it'd say that there's no sperm again, which is, it's not making it through. The freeway's not open yet. I'm excited because in my mind, if sperm lives for like 5 days, if they're on the other side and they're trying to get through, and I don't care if it's the 5th day, they finally make it through and they die on the other side, that's wonderful because that just means that there's a lane there that's open, whether it's a challenging lane, there's a lane there. So in my mind, I'm excited. We just need to keep going and keep pushing them through and try to open up that side. I don't even know which side. You never know which side's actually working. But to me, that gave me hope. I'm like, this is wonderful news. And it's 10 months. And they said it could be 15 to 18 months post-op because he had the bypass procedure on both sides of his testicle stuff. So anyway, I'm happy about that. I am supposed to, or was supposed to, go this week to have my lab work done for the thyroid that they put me on. You can see my other video for that. They put me on thyroid even though it's at normal levels, but it's not normal for her. And so I haven't gone, which leads me to the next subject. The HSA procedure, the ultrasound where they put the dye. Our doctor actually does the dye and then she does the saline, so it's all in one procedure. So she just does them both. And I've seen YouTube videos where it's one and then the other and whatever. But so we're going to have them both done at the same time. The tricky thing with booking the appointment for the HSA, I'm looking at my notes, that's why I'm looking down, is 6 to 10 days after your cycle starts. So when you have a full flow, my cycles are crazy. I will spot for a week, sometimes a week and a half, before I actually get a full flow where it will warrant using a tampon or a pad or whatever. And I know that's too much information, but you need to know, and we're human, we're women, whatever. So the HSA procedure, I had to wait until I had a full flow day, and then I called and booked it. And it gets even worse because the 6th to 10th day, she's actually gone. My doctor's not even in town, which sucks. So we spoke with the doctor Monday, the 22nd, which is this Monday, 4 days from now, is literally per my app, my Glow app, is the day before my ovulation section of days is. So it's really tricky. You can't ovulate. It has to be prior to that. So the doctor approved me coming down on Monday, the 22nd, but I have to take an ovulation test before I go. Now we're 3 hours away. So in the morning I have to do all this stuff, and hopefully I'm not ovulating. I don't think I will be, because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome and my ovulation is late, and I think I'll be okay, but I'm going to do it. And I even asked her, I have done research in polycystic ovarian syndrome patients will show that they're ovulating on these tests, even though they're not. Excuse me. I don't know, but we'll see. So I'm going to do that on Monday. With that being said, since I'm going down there, they said just wait and they'll do the blood work down there for me. They'll draw the blood. Perfect. So our next appointment is February 29th, which is like not this Monday, the next Monday. So we're making 2 trips down to Phoenix. But that appointment is where we're going to sit down with the doctor, and she's going to develop the plan based off of all the data that she has gotten so far from the ultrasound and my husband's essay and whatever. And that's where I'm going to get the diagnosis for infertility, hopefully, if everything goes smoothly. Then from there, the diagnosis of infertility, my personal plan is I'm first going to go back to my husband's company. And I know companies have the right to choose whether or not insurance company covers something. And they originally went into the agreement stating they're excluding this process and procedure, but they actually can issue a letter to the insurance company saying, yes, we want you to cover it, because they're paying for a big portion of the procedure. So they can actually opt to do that. I know that through research for the VSG surgery and stuff. Whether or not this company is willing to do that or even want to take the time to consider that, because they're such a large company, they might just flat out say no. But I'm going to try. I am totally going to try. Also, I need the diagnosis of infertility and records and things, because I'm going to pursue grants. Now, I asked my doctor's office about grants, and they say it's a slim to none chance to get a grant. Like, you know, the demand is so high and the supply is so low, and, you know, you got to hit the grant season and so forth. I'm familiar with grants because we actually issue grants at my work for art and science stuff. So we'll see how that goes. It's $15,000, not counting the medication. So I'm going to talk to the doctor's office, because there are some patients that have gotten meds, you know, and then have gotten through their IVF cycle, had gotten pregnant, but they have leftover meds, and they bring them to the doctor's office. At least that's through word of mouth, not specifically this doctor's office. So I'm going to ask, though, you never know. If I finally get blessed with the opportunity to have an IVF and I have extra meds, I will definitely get them to the doctor's office for somebody who's paying out of pocket, because it's expensive. It sucks. So I'll give you guys an update on that later. I'll do an update on the HSA procedure day. It'd be great if I could go in and take a video of the ultrasound screen and stuff while I'm in there. We'll see if they'll let me do that. I'm not a shy person, so let's do it. I want to show you guys as much as I can. Let's see. I think I covered everything for right now. I'm hopeful, but I'm also realistic. I'm 36. She wants 36-year-old eggs. That's going to cut off in July, the end of July at my birthday. You know, with it being so much money, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not. They might be 37-year-old eggs. And honestly, there's a whole genetics process that is an additional $3,600. It's $1,800 and then another $1,800 or something. But when your eggs get to the blastocyst stage, which is where they're able to be frozen, like somewhere in there before it hits that, I want to say they take out a cell, just a cell as it's dividing, a cell, and they're able to do your research on this. There's like 2 different versions to do this test, and there's a 3-day version and like a 3-week or something version, but they take this cell and they want to make sure all of the DNA specified strands and things are there. I think it's like 23 and 23. Anyway, please don't quote me on that kind of stuff. Do your research, though. There's plenty of videos out there. But anyway, it'll also tell you if it has all the chromosomes. So you'll have a healthy egg going in. You already know, because if your egg implants, when you go through this whole process and you don't do that, in my mind, I think that's crazy. Yes, it's additional money, But what your body knows the minute it connects and everything, it knows if it's a good egg, it knows if it's a good fit or not, and it's going to reject it. So you're going through this whole process and all this hope, and you're putting an egg in there that is a blastocyst stage, and it's all exciting, but you don't know if it's 100% right. Your body will know, and your body will eject it. And then you go through chemical pregnancies or all these other reasons, and I'm not a doctor, but I feel like it's worth it, because however many eggs we get, I want to do this genetic thing. And yes, it tells you if it's a boy or girl or not, and you can choose all that. And that's honestly, that's not even my concern. I want a healthy baby, and I want to go through this once, and I want to do it right the first time. My body might have other plans, but I'm going to do my damnedest to go through this whole process. In the middle of all this, it might even be next year when I do this. We might get pregnant naturally, which would be totally awesome. Totally awesome. But you don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it all works out, and we'll go from there. And I'll see you soon. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday, I'll get that other video out for you. Later.